What is up, guys? Welcome back. You've already seen my beginner guide, you've seen the intermediate guide. It's time for the advanced guide, okay? And I originally recorded an advanced guide, but it was a little dated. So I decided to record a new one for Season 9. And since I have, I personally think that I've greatly improved in Season 9, I figured that I could be the guy to teach you how it's done. So we're going to get started by watching some of my clips, and I'm going to be live commentating over them. We're going to get started with this clip right here. Now you can see me thirsting a guy. Unimportant. It's unimportant. His teammate comes up and says, "Stop thirsting my dude." What do? I bubble. I say, "Get out." Look at that. I just said, this is my territory, okay? I own this bubble that your down teammate is in, Lifeline. You can't get in here to res him if I literally push you out sumo style. This is my territory now, okay? This is a classic move. I learned this from everybody. You guys all know him. It's Tallis. I play with him a lot, and he taught me this move. It's punching people out of a bubble. I can't stress this enough, guys. If you've never tried punching somebody in a bubble, that's probably why you die a lot, okay? I'm not saying you need to punch out their lights and kill them, but if they're bobbing and weaving, doing a little in and out technique in the bubble, serpentine pattern, all that movement technique, I swear, if you punch them, they will be frazzled, okay? They will say, "What? What just happened to me? Why am I hurt and displaced? What's happening?" And then you just kill them. Now, the highlight of this clip is actually not punching him out of the bubble. That clip, let's run it back. It's to illustrate. Hold on, here it goes. That right there, guys. Look at all the bullets coming out of his gun, okay? I don't know if you guys have played as much as me, but I can see that he's shooting a havoc at me, right? And if he's just holding that trigger down for a good 2 seconds, like he is in this clip, what's he gonna shoot me with after that? Does he have a miraculous extra 30 bullets in that mag to kill me? No. He mag dumped into my bubble. This is a technique I love doing to people. It's called baiting, okay? I know that there's a lot of other terms that use baiting, but this is just baiting out their ammo. Super straightforward technique. You just throw the bubble and you fish tank them. That's when you look at somebody through a bubble, it's fish tanking. You just look at them. And what do? They unload on your bubble, and then they can't kill you because they shot out all their ammo. Okay, classic clip right here. Classic clip. It's called body blocking, okay? Let it play out. I'll let it play out. Okay, now in that clip that you just saw, we were getting third partied and fourth partied and fifth partied and sixth partied. Luckily, I still had my bubble and my teammate was still up and I was still up, so things are, you can make it work. So in this clip, I really needed to pop that battery, okay? My shields were broken, or pretty much. I was stuck. I said, I'm popping this battery, and what happens? We get 10th partied by a Valkyrie with an Eva. Okay, you know that thing would two-tap me and I'd just be a pile of meat on the ground. But I just simply stood up against the surface of the glass, okay, like the starfish on Finding Nemo. I just got right up against that the bubble, and look, she didn't have any options. She couldn't move past me. Of course, if she was a more talented player, she could have flown over my head because she's a Valkyrie, or she could have, maybe jumped on the railing next to me and risked falling off. But these are just your average players, okay? I'm not playing against Asu. This is a great technique. It's risky because if you let them slip by, then you might not be expecting it. But in the cases where you make it work, I got that bat off for free. And she actually did end up shooting me, but that's besides the point. I got the bat off, and then I was able to kill her, and we won this game. that right there, that's another example of what I thought was going to be body blocking, but it actually ended up being matrix dodging, which is when you just crouch spam through the bubble and just pray. You just hope for the best, okay? This technique, it's sloppy, but as you can see here, it works, okay? All you do is you let them push the bubble while you're healing, aka bubble batting, right? Everybody knows the bubble bat technique, I hope. I'm just sitting here trying to pop a bubble, and I went for the body block, and they just went over to my other side. But by crouch spamming along the edge of the bubble, I was able to deflect all of their bullets, aka matrix dodging. And then my teammate and I just 1v2 the Wraith. This is a classic anti-head glitch clip, okay? Now, this head glitch they're on, it's not the best. It's not a 5'7" box where you can only see their eyelashes peeking over, okay? It's cover for them nonetheless. This is a classic head glitch that you'll see a lot of people use, top of the stairs head glitch. You can aggressively push them in a way like this by throwing a bubble first, because it's closing the distance, okay? Closing the gap, closing the distance, same thing. You close the gap between the head glitch and the open area like World War I trenches, okay? You just throw the bubble, and by me getting so close, I started peering over them, and instead of them having a little head glitch, it was actually me just shooting down at a 45-degree angle on a high ground, just rolling them.
I'm hit. Could use some help. Recharging shield.
Alright, in this clip, it was 1v2. You can see my teammate is dead, and I couldn't get his banner, so it was just me versus the last two duos. And these two guys, I had been bullying them all game, but they just kept living. I knew the Loba was weak because I had previously downed her, so I let the Bangalore push up solo and put her down. Nothing impressive about it, just I hit some R9 shots. But then I looked at my back left and I saw, hold up, that little corner there, it's completely protected by my bubble. So I went into the corner there and I started healing, and by me just backing all the way into the corner with the bubble right in front of me, she couldn't damage me. The Loba couldn't damage me because it was just a complete bubble protection. She couldn't even get in the corner because I was body blocking it. See how it all comes together? Okay, now let's talk about what I did there. I took the zipline without my teammate. We were landing at Elysium. You know, how often are there going to be guys at these little bunkers here? Never, man. I took it down, you know, with my little 2x4 on my hemlock, just casually strolling, and I start getting shot. I'm like, what? Get off me. So, threw the bubble down, and I punched this guy out, said, get out of my bubble. That's my real estate. And then I invited him in with my R301. And I saw my teammate with the missile barrage coming in, which, if you can get a teammate that's good with a missile barrage, you will win so much more, I promise, okay? I saw the missile barrage coming in, I saw the Bangalore trying to get in my bubble, and I just punched her out. I said, actually, ma'am, you're gonna get hit by this missile barrage. So I just punched her back into it. And then when you get stunned, look, she's facing the wrong way. She's stuck, looking like left there. What's she gonna do? She can't turn faster because she's stunned. So I just fried her. Of course, my teammate was there helping me. That's not a 1v2, but I definitely held my ground. Boom. that right there. Free damage peeking. Okay. I was in the bubble. They were on flat ground in front of me, and they weren't shooting my bubble. They weren't doing the baiting ammo technique that I talked about earlier. Excuse me. So I hit them with the cheeky peeky, aka the free damage peeking, aka the cheeky peeky. Cheeky peeky sounds cooler, but you know, we got to be professional here. Free damage peeking. Okay. If they're just looking at you through the bubble and you're looking back at them, aka fish tanking, right? I didn't have my arm shield up. I didn't aim down my sights because that would lower my my strafe speed, and it would give away my position. So I just said hello, and I cheeky peeky. I just poked my little head out and shot what, 2 bullets? I think I shot 2 flatline shots, maybe 3, and I hit them for 40 damage before they could even react. They're like, oh, he's out of the bubble. Oh my god! And then I was back in. And that right there, I just hit the guy for like 40. That is the difference between purple armor and red armor, dude. You just fried somebody for 38 for free.
Calling the airstrike. Don't shoot out. Giving my shield to recharge. I'm down, brother.
Reloading.
That clip right there is the perfect example of drawing aggro, okay? My wonderful, very high IQ teammate, and that's not sarcastic, he was able to see that I was one shot, and both the enemies knew I was one shot, so they were both foaming at the mouth to kill me. And if both of them are looking at me, my teammate just gets to shoot them in the side for free. And he was able to pretty much one-mag them with my help, of course. Without any risk of him. I don't think he took any damage at all, right? You can see I died in the clip, and going down, getting knocked is the worst thing ever. Please never ever go down just to show off. However, this is the last squad. There's only 2 squads left, so if I went down and my teammate clutched up, it doesn't matter. If you go down in a normal fight, you're going to get third-partied and you will die. But last squad, you can take some risks. How many times have you guys been trying to kill somebody and they just hide behind a door and they make you kick it down, and then when you kick the door down the second time, they just hit you for 150 and then their teammate kills you? It happens every time. But with this little strategy, of course, they have to mess up. You can't force them to do this. But if they're standing any distance away from that door and they're not right up against it, you can just open the door and shoot them through the tiny little crack in between. Right there, that little crack right there, you can just shoot through it and just kill them. It's a very good way to punish those tryhards that are thinking they're blocking doors when they're not right up against it. Yes. We don't really need to explain this clip too much. However, we'll talk about the trolling aspect of it. I went in for the finisher cancel because it's a very good strategy when when the enemies are trying really hard. They're never going to let their boy get finished, right? They're going to be screaming their mic, "He's finishing me!" They're never going to let that happen, okay? So just by ripping a finisher and then immediately canceling it, we got this Bloodhound. I believe they were on high ground until the finisher cancel, right? Just make sure. Yeah, look, they were sitting on high ground and then they saw me coming in with the finisher and they jumped right off. And trolling aside, yes, I did kind of embarrass them by just walking back and forth, yes. It's still a very good strategy regardless of their skill level, because I convinced the person to jump off high ground. Alright everybody, that is all the clips that I feel like teaching about today. Hopefully you learned something, regardless of how great you are at Gibby. I think that there's something here for literally every single person watching. And even if you're not a Gibby main, if you ever play with a Gibby, these strategies are what they should be doing and how you can help. You could be any of those people that I mentioned helping your Gibby pop off. It's very educational, and I had to get this out. I had to describe the clips because I feel like if you just watch a montage, you might just be thinking, ooh, he has good aim. Wow, nice aim. Wow, really good aim there. It's not really about the aim, man. Okay, it's about maximizing the damage you do versus take. And these strategies are how to do that best. From my head, what I can think of personally, that is how I do it. I'm glad you watched the whole thing. I love you guys. Have a great day.